So let's get ready for the weekend. Are you ready for the holiday? You can do this during the week, but I always do special looks for the weekend, okay? So we're going to go over this tonight and just get ready. So I've cleansed my face. That's all that I've done so far. And basically, I got a new lighting. I got a new mirror behind me and lighting. So hopefully you're able to see this a little bit better. So I'm going to be talking as I am putting on my products. And then at the end, I'll kind of show you a couple of things. So this is our boosters. It's one of the first things that I always put on. We have a couple different ones, and you want to use just a couple drops, but you only want to use one of them at a time. So the one that I'm using today is the Furlick Niacinamide Brightener. It's for aging spots, sunspots. So I usually put just a little bit more here on this aging spot and birthmark that I have before I put anything else on. And usually, you guys, my skincare routine usually only takes about a minute and a half for me to do in the morning and at night, but it's going to take just a little bit longer today because I'm going to be going over the products. Okay, so first you put on your booster to get that all the way into your skin. You want to wait till it totally dries before you put on the next product, so that way it can really get in there. And then when you put the next product on, it's going to just like enhance it and boost it. Okay, so this is for evening the skin tone and sunspots, aging spots, and then the Serum C, plus E. These two are duo, like just like superpower, right? And so I put on just 1 to 2 pumps of the Serum C plus E, but then I also like the lifting. A lot of people will talk about the turkey neck down here, right? And so I put this on, but then I do an extra because I love our lifting serum. Okay, this is our Voluform lifting serum for the turkey neck. You can apply it all over your face, but I love the Serum CE, and then I just go right down here. Remember, when you're doing this, up is young, down is old. No matter the age, always be going up and out with your skincare products. And you don't want to put too much on, because if you put too much on, then what's going to happen is then when you get ready and put your moisturizer and your primer on, then your pores are going to be filled. Okay, so those are the two usually that I add. And then next is, I call it Botox, Otox, however you want to call it. It's our Clinical Solutions Dynamic Wrinkle Limiter, without needles, syringes, frozen faces. So wherever you want to look younger or keep looking younger, like, look, I don't have any lines here at all. I have lines, or had lines, okay? So you'll see that just a little bit goes on the, this is called the 11s, and then I always want to make sure that I'm not looking super old here. And you'll see, you guys, just a little bit of this goes a long ways, but by adding this product, it gets rid of all of those extra lines that we don't want. And then you also want to make sure that you're using a nighttime so it can repair while you're sleeping. Especially if you're a smoker, around your lips. This is amazing product, okay? And like just a little bit of this goes a long ways. Okay, so now I am ready for my foundation that I'm going to put on, okay? I use the Time Wise line for combination to oily skin. So funny, you would think that at my age I should be using the normal to dry, but I'm glad, well, in here in Texas right now it's pretty humid, so by doing the combination to oily, I'm not getting extra oils. It just is going to seal everything in, okay? And then you can put your day solution on if you want with the sunscreen. But if I add that and then that's too much for me. So what I'm using today for my sunscreen is the foundation primer. It has a SPF 15 in it. And that's going to go right over top of it. But before I put that on, I'm waiting for all that to dry. Next, I'm going to go to my eye cream. with the Voluform eye cream. It's got this fun little Zymac ball on it. So the product comes out on this side. Okay, and then you use the other side to just massage it into the skin. The Voluform complex that this has, you guys, is absolutely amazing. Eyes are one of the things that you'll actually look older than what you are if you do not have a proper eye cream. When working with your finger, you always want to use your ring finger because it's the weakest, it doesn't have a lot of muscles. Weakest finger, sorry. And so you can go up here underneath, and you just want to be really sensitive, really careful with your eyes. Treat them like tissue paper, okay? Because the skin around there is a third less thick. So you want to make sure that you're really being gentle with them. Okay, so while that is drying, usually what I do is I go eyes, face, eyebrows. I'm always doing something, so it only takes me a little bit of time to get ready. But obviously with this video it's going to take longer because I'm explaining a lot of stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get the foundation primer, put it on the ends. You want to heat it, pat it, and it's silky soft, and then it just becomes like baby powder almost. And so what this is going to do is it's going to seal everything on your face before you get ready to put like concealers, foundations on. And so next I'm going to go to my eyebrows. This is one of our limited edition. So what I love best about this is it's all in one little kit, and it's absolutely amazing. So this is a limited edition. Just get it on the little brow or on the little pencil. This is a pomade. Kind of get it a little sticky and create the brow. Okay? You can go thicker than your brow. You can go thinner than your brow. I'm at the point where I need to go get them shaped again, so they're probably going to look bigger than what I have. Okay, so now I'm actually putting the powder on itself. Okay, so that's the middle one. It's just more of the powder. You see how it's going to get darker and fuller. Okay. So we've got the pomade to get the sticky stuff on. Then we've actually got the powder in the middle to create your color, and it does come in different colors. We have a light blonde, a blonde, and then we have a blonde, brunette, and then I think a dark brunette too. There's 3 different shades. But if this is something, if you're a brow girl, you're totally going to want this, and make sure you get it sooner than later because they are limited, okay? And then once you get it, if you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, then I would recommend you get another one before they run out. Okay, so then the other tool that comes in here is the spoolie brush. So you can literally then get it even thicker. And some of us have longer brows, right? Thick, long, or we've got untamed brows. We have a brow gel that you can actually put over this as well. Okay, so I've got my brows done. And then the last part that's in here is, it's just like a little highlighter. You just use your finger, and it goes like right underneath here to kind of lift and highlight that brow. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is my foundation, because that primer is now set. So I'll go straight to my foundation. I have a CC cream, which is a lighter coverage, and then I have a 3D eye cream, or I'm sorry, 3D foundation that is like more of a medium to full coverage. With my glasses, make sure I got the right color. Wrong color. Okay. So this also has a sunscreen in it as well. So you just put like a little pump kind of pat it around your face, and away you go. I use this all the time. You'll see it's not as full coverage, but I use this whenever I am going to be swimming or out in the yard working, because it's going to give you just a nice light cover. Okay, but it's going to even out your skin. So it still looks like you have some foundation on. It's just not as much. Okay, then after I put this on, I'm going to do my CC cream. Now, I don't normally do this and then the concealer. I don't normally do this and then do the CC cream and then do the full coverage, but I want you to see the different coverages of the foundation, okay? And when we connect, or when you connect with your beauty consultant, we can help you figure out what coverage is best for you. Okay, so this is the under eye corrector. You can put this other places besides under the eye, but it's got a peach to it. So what it's going to do is, see how you can see where this is kind of purple, red, or whatever? Everybody got darkness underneath their eyes? My nose is usually red too. Since I put that CC cream on, it's not going to be as bad. But I'm going to put this under eye corrector over top to mute out the red and the purple. And then we're just going to take, where'd my little brush go? Oh, here it is. Then I'm going to take a concealer brush and just kind of pat this in here. To get rid of those colors. And depending on how much time I have, depends on what I do that day. You know, like if I've got 10 minutes, I'm putting on my booster, my lifting, and then going straight to my moisturizer. Oh, well, you know what? No, I don't miss the deep wrinkle limiter. Okay, so that's on. Okay, now we do have I also will use a concealer to go over the little birthmark and aging spot there. And you want to kind of let it dry, so I just kind of pat around the outside of it, because if you try to put it in, then you're going to still be able to see it, right? So I just kind of go over it like that. Use the rest of it. And then now next I'm going to go to my medium to full coverage matte foundation. I'm going to do just half of my face in the beginning, so that way you can see what it looks like for a medium to full coverage versus the CC cream that's a light coverage. Now for those of you that are a cream to powder kind of girl, you would want to use the CC cream and the medium coverage, or the 3D, or you would want to use the 3D and then the silky setting powder. So you can see the difference of a more fuller coverage versus the not. Now this you really can't, you know, since I'm covering that up, that doesn't help, but see how you have a little bit more full coverage here and then less there. So then I'll go ahead and finish this side. And when you apply this foundation, we have enough shades that we should be able to match your skin perfectly. Now I have two different shades. I have one for my summer fall season, and then I have one for my winter spring season, depending on how much color you change. So see right here, it doesn't even look like it looks like it's a different color, but then after 90 seconds, then it's all going to be the same color. So what it does is it just kind of softens to your skin. Okay, so you can see that that's on. So we're going to let that sit maybe a minute and a half. And then now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to my eyes. My little makeup bag here, and it totally fell off the table. So, okay, so now we're going to go to my eyes. The first thing that I want to go over, I'm going to do a little liquid eyeshadow, especially if it's very time consuming, or you have just a little bit of time. The one I'm using right here is a matte. We had a limited for matte, but otherwise they're shiny, and I love them. There's four different colors, and it is so quick to use these liquid eyeshadows. That again, on the weekend, if you want to you want to look good, but you don't, if you're going to be in the pool or, and this is all of the stuff that I put on is melt proof, right? It's not going to, so if you're in the Texas weather, it's going to stay, right? Not that you're not going to sweat, but it's not going anywhere. Okay, so we've got all of that on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my eyeshadow palette. So I've got my eyeshadows, I've got my bronzer, and I've got my cheek here, that I'll start doing those while my foundation is drying. So usually the first place I go is right here in the crease, because my eyes are a little bit deep set and a little bit hooded, and so I want to lift this area up. I want to lift this up, so that's why I'm going to put that color right on the top. This is a crease brush. We also have awesome awesome brushes, and we have a brush cleaner, or you can literally just clean them with your cleanser that you're using, or good old Dawn dish soap, right? Okay, so I've got the crease in there. Now I want to do a little bit of sparkle, so I'm going to go in right here and just highlight that area real quick. Get a little sparkle right in there, and then I'm going to do a matte on top. Even though we did that right underneath the brow before, I'm going to just do just a little more of the eyeshadow area. Okay, and then I'm going to come with a darker color out here in the corner. And I'm going to do shimmer there too. You can do different, totally up to whatever you want to do. But you guys, you can see how quick and easy you can make this, or how advanced. You can make it hazelnut. So this is a matte one that I'm putting on right now. Hazelnut is kind of like ketchup and mustard, salt and pepper. It's a color that you need. Everybody needs. So whatever you're creating a palette, whether it's 3, 6, 20 colors, there's going to be probably 3 or 4 colors that you for sure want to have in every look that you do. And then this is the all over blending brush that you're just going to kind of blend the eyeshadow. So see the difference between having it done and not. It's just like it's there, right? So make sure you have a blending brush. Now you can do a regular brush set that we have that has 5 brushes and it comes with a bag, or you can even do individual brushes. When you're purchasing Mary Kay products, when you purchase in sets, you're always going to save money. Okay? So we've got that. Now what I'm going to do, oh, it's still a little tacky cut, and the reason why it's still a little tacky is because I have 3 layers on. Okay? So while that is drying, I'm going to go to my eyeliner. You can see the colors on the bottom, and when you take that off, it's a pencil sharpener. Okay, now this is our blue, but what I love about it, you guys, is it's like a smoky blue. So you can, it sometimes even looks black, or you can make it like a steely gray, depending on what you're wearing. And how you blend it. Now, the rule of thumb with mascara, or I'm sorry, with eyeliner, is you can put it just on the top if you want, because it's going to open your eye. Okay, lift it up, give it some color, and you can do the top and bottom, but you don't want to do just the bottom. because it droops your eye. Like it'll make it droop. Huh? Yes, the lifeguard is on duty. Okay, sorry for the interruption. That's totally okay. So now what I'm going to do is, you can see my eyes aren't, like, it's not super perfect, right? Which it never is, and I've been doing this for 22 years. That you just kind of bring in like a smudging brush, and then you smudge it a little bit. See? You're just going to smudge it. And you can make it as smoky as you want. You can make it as thick as you want, as light as you want. All of our eyeliners are waterproof. But the great part about it is it gives you like a minute and a half to smudge it. So that way you can give it whatever kind of look, that you want to. So you can see it's kind of coming together. Now I'm going to go ahead and start on my mascara. I have 2 mascaras. Always recommendation is 3 to 6 coats. But with our mascara, you don't need that many unless you want it super full. So the mascara that I'm using is Lash Intensity. You'll see the brush. There's like 4 sides to this wand. What it does is it gets a lot down in the bottom, and then you turn it and pull it out, and it makes it nice, super full. And again, you can do just the top if you want, but I would not do just the bottom, because then again it's going to droop your eye. Okay? Now all of our mascaras are water resistant, which means if you tear or cry or whatever, as long as you let that tear and you don't do this with your eyes, it's not going to go anywhere. Okay? But we do have a waterproof as well. But I've never had to use the waterproof. Okay, this is our Fanorama. I'm going to get that even closer. You can see on the end there's spikes on the end. So what that does is it helps get more on the ends to be able to fan it out. See, it just gives it so much more. So much more. So take that extra 30 seconds to get that extra coat on there. And you can use just one mascara if you want. Makes a big difference. So it depends on what you're going for, what look you're going for. But for those of us that have glasses, I feel that for sure a second coat you want, because I feel like our eyes kind of get hidden behind the glasses. Okay, so now my foundation has dried almost, so I'm going to go ahead and use the 3-in-1 cheek brush. I'm going to do my contour first, so I'm going to lift my cheek up. See how this lifts it up, and this side's just like there, right? Like one little thing, you guys, makes a huge difference. And if you're like, Stacy, I have no idea how to do this, it's okay. I can teach you guys, okay? I can teach you how to do all of this. Super easy. And even if we're not local to each other, we can Zoom, we can FaceTime. There's, with the technology now, it doesn't matter where you are, you can get help, right? Okay, and then I'm adding just a little bit of the cheek color. Okay. So then I'm done with the color, and then I'm going to do my oh, you know what? I'm going to do the highlighter today. Or not the highlighter, the perfecting concealer. So I'm just going to, but it is a highlighter. So we do have highlighters, but I like the concealer the best. I'm going to go back to my concealer brush. And I'm just going to highlight right around this area. A little bit on my nose. See how it brightens? It really gives you a different different look. Okay, and then the last thing is our powder. This is my translucent powder. You can do a silky setting powder if you want to have more coverage, especially with me with combination to oily skin. I like to use this. Okay, so that is the class for today. Please reach out to me and let me know what you thought about this class. Let me know what other things that you would like to learn, and we will do a class on that. So until next time, have a great evening, everybody.